What's going on, Fun Bunch? It is Brendan, the one-man show. The channel is Dad Planet. It's Bins Day. You and I are headed up to the outlets now. If you are low on funding or you really just don't want to spend a ton of money, the outlets are probably the best opportunity, assuming, of course, you have access to them, to spend very little with the potential to make a ton on the back end once everything sells, depending on how you price. And I like to price on the high side, and my strategy just continues to work. So you and I are headed up to the bins. We're gonna shop those bins until we drop, like we always do on this channel. I'm looking for big hitters. I'm looking for bread and butter, everything else in between. Let's go shopping, and I have a surprise for you towards the end. Stay tuned for that. I always find this kind of amazing. Let's say for everything that comes through the bins that's in just terrible condition, there's pieces like these, like this Dooney bag that is in amazing condition, and like the discrepancy is always so wide, and I just can't, sometimes I can't believe myself. So the style on this one is a Chiara. It's Chiara, I believe is how you pronounce it. Stitching is impeccable. This is absolutely authentic. In the $50 to $75 range for this bag. Nice pebbled leather. It goes about 15 inches on the bottom, like 18 or so towards the top. But look at the condition of that bag. For everything you pick up at the bins, and of course I'm only speaking from my experience. I don't know what it's like in your area, in your bins. Maybe it's all junk, all rejects, but we get a lot of things in our area that come through pristine clean. And while that wasn't pristine per se, it is absolutely good enough for me to pick up and list for $70. So that's what I'm gonna do. One of the first items I found right off the bat. This trip makes everything so much easier, takes the stress off of me once I get a big hitter to kind of start things off when I walk in. And I'm feeling good about myself. So that's it for that. Move over to another section of the hats and bags, and you guys, you know what it is. It's Patagonia. I mean, what else more can I say? This is a Tradesmith hat. I don't know that it is a vintage per se, but it's like a Tradesmith 5-panel. It's got the big retro style logo on the front. I've seen enough of these selling in the $80 to $100 range. That's what I'm going to list this for. $100. Again, and that hat was buried too, right? This isn't, a lot of times once the bins roll out for the first time, I can't video because it's competitive and I'm trying to move quick. And so I have to kind of wait and go through a second or a third time. And I'm telling you, a lot of that second and third trips turns up diamonds in the rough. That's a perfect example of one that I didn't catch the first time. Nobody caught the first time. And it was just sitting there right underneath that hat, ready to be scooped up. Brendan and Patagonia, it's like a match made in heaven, I don't know. But extremely grateful, and I think that might have been it for that portion of the hats, although more of them do come out, so you will see a couple of other good ones towards the end of this video. This brand right here, Salvage, these were sold exclusively through Buckle. The style on this jeans was Mayhem. The current listings to sold in the last 90 days ratio, really good for this pair of pants. You can see there's a little bit of a stain on the back there. Came out perfect, already photographed and listed. I have these listed for $35. I think they were like a 34-28 size. But if you see Salvage and you see the exclusive to Buckle tag, definitely grab them, do your math, because it looks like very many selling, not a ton listed, and the style looked like it was probably a good enough style to sell pretty quickly. So I think at $35 I've got them priced reasonably. No need to go, I think, any higher than that. It was a lighter wash. I didn't see a ton of lighter wash sell in that style, but I'm not worried about that. I think it's just the style that is in demand, and the fact that it was sold at Buckle, and so it's probably a little bit harder to get than you could, some of the other stores, because it was an exclusive. So I don't know if I've ever picked up Eviva, if that's how you pronounce it, this Lululemon. I think it's like a Lululemon girls line. These are running shorts here. The style on them, I think, is called Speedy. They are a girl's size 12. Looks like there's like a little bit of pilling or whatever. It came out perfect. Not a problem. I've already got these listed. Easy $20. The best part about it, of course, because I'm paying by the pound, is the fact that they are super light. But I'm pretty sure that that's the first time, or one of just a few instances where I have sourced and eventually sold that line from Lululemon. So a very cute pair of shorts that I'm pretty convinced at $20, especially with spring and summer coming up and track season and all that for those kids, probably going to sell sooner than later, which is what I'm shooting for by pricing them within range. A lot of times when I price my items, I like to be on the higher end when I can, but not in that instance. So the shoes, I'm not having a ton of success, I have to tell you. The last couple of trips that I've taken to the bins, shoes have just not really been that great. This is a pair of Nike Challenger OGs. I've sold them before. As you can see, they've got writing on the midsoles, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to approach getting it out. I know, thanks to you folks, I have some ideas on how to get that out, because I don't think I can just use elbow grease or put Goo Gone on that style of midsole for that OG shoe, but I've sold it in the past, so I'll probably price them at $25 to $30. Let's just say $25 for the sake of being conservative. Outside of that, the shoe rotations have been pretty lame, if you ask me, or maybe I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and maybe I just don't have the knowledge. Maybe there's something sitting in here that I don't recognize is a bolo, but I like to try to be very thorough with the shoes, because I'm a large shoe seller. It represents about 20% of my total sales for the year. I think it was 21 to be exact for the year past 2022, but I don't see anything here. And if you think you see something, please let me know. But remember, what looks good on camera isn't necessarily the case when I'm there live. A lot of these are just in really poor condition. Maybe those Converse right there could have been cool, but yeah, I'm not impressed at all with what is going on with the shoes. All right, so D, Joyce, I'm thinking of you specifically. This hat went through probably 10 hands before anybody knew what to do with it. So it's Wallaroo hat. The style is Victoria Diva. This is a Colorado company. Those poly straw hats, like before this huge sort of floral ensemble piece in the front, are like $38 brand new on their website. You can't get that color anymore. It's like this really pretty blue color. But then you add that monstrosity on the front of it, and you've got some things that I was willing to take a risk on that I don't think anyone else really knew what to do with. So we have, what do we have? Easter coming up. We have the Kentucky Derby coming up. And I think for that reasons, I'm going to take a chance on it. Let's just make something of it. I'm not going to list it on Etsy or cross-list it to Poshmark. I'm not a cross-lister. I know, Courtney, if you're listening, you're going to be mad at me for not cross-listing. But I think that hat will sell to maybe that crowd in the next couple of weeks or so as those events show up. So I don't know, I'll probably price it at $40, $50 and move on. A couple more hats here for you. Titleist standard $15 hat right here. I sell 10 to 20 of these each year that come from the bins. It is golf season right now, so I'll grab that. Next thing here is funny. It's East Great Falls, and then you see on the back it says Stifler. This is an American Pie hat from 1999. I don't know if it was like a movie promo hat or what, but I don't see any solds for it in the last 2 years. There is one listed for $40. I'll probably just match that price wise and then beat them on condition and pictures. And I'll probably just, again, list that for $40. And then I like this Ralph Lauren US Open hat. Big pony on the front here. We've got a little bit of wear. The year on this one is 2011. I'll probably list mine for around $30 just due to the condition. I think the 2013 version just sold for $45. So maybe I can list that for $30 and move it in a relatively decent amount of time. Again, playing on the golf theme. And we'll move on to hard goods. Now, I didn't find much, but I was able to find this brand new, perfectly sealed, watermark on the bottom, Mortal Kombat VHS. I've seen this sell for as high as $125, sealed, not graded. You can see the watermark right there. I think I'm going to list this for $100. There's enough of them selling, even though a lot listed in the $75 range. I like the seal. So I'm going to put $100 on that. That is definitely, for me, the find of the day, even more so than the Patagonia hat, because it's a sealed VHS and that's popular right now. I could have it graded, sure. I probably am not going to do that, but I think listing it for $100 is cool. I'll move it eventually, and I'll take excellent pictures of all portions of the seal so that the buyer knows exactly what they are going to get when they make that purchase. But that was a great find. Probably $15 on this Fright Night. If it had the cover with it, it didn't, so I left that behind. But a couple of good pieces, some big hitters, some bread and butter in between. Even on the slow days, I will take it. All right, this is a cardboard box, and this is a brand new with tags Victoria's Secret bra that I just sourced within the last 6 months at the bins. The retail price on this, $52.95. Again, you can see brand new with tags, 38 double D, very pretty. I'm gonna drop this Bolo item into this box, and when this box is full, I'm gonna send it to a subscriber as a thank you for being a subscriber to the channel. The response that I got from the last Yeti giveaway was so inspiring that I decided that I was gonna fill one of these bad boys and send it to one of you, again, as a thank you. Your success is my success. So once this big old box is full of Bolos, and we will do a rundown, I will do this in every video where I will take something that I sourced, whether it was live during that video, I'm gonna drop the item in here, or it's something that I didn't catch on camera but has value. We're gonna put it in, and we're gonna let this box accumulate over the next however many videos it takes, and then one of you is going to get it. So again, you have to be a subscriber. You don't necessarily have to leave me a comment, although all of your comments on all your videos are very encouraging and welcome, and I thank you for them. I will pick the winner once it is full, and we'll do that in a future video. We have a long way to go because that is the only item in there. Very light, plenty of room left. Thank you once again for being a subscriber to the channel. All right, so 6 pounds for everything you saw in that video came to just under $12, and my total listed value for all of those items came to $475. So spend a little, hopefully list it, and make a ton, and it's rinse and repeat when you're going to the bins. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the One Man Show. Thank you so much. Make sure you're a subscriber so you can be qualified for the Bolo box that I will send out in the future, and we will see you in the next video.